there, this is Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com here with an updated list to the Rakdos Devotion. This is about as good of a hand as I can think of. 2 lands, a Black Source, an Rakdos Shrine of Nyx, the Hammer of Perforos. We're probably going to end up with a very, very nice Rakdos return. So no way I'm going to mulligan this. We'll see what we're up against here. It's going to be a Temple of Plenty, which he's going to scry and put it on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead here with a Blood Crypt and play tapped, and I do not like drawing to that second Rakdos, but sometimes that's actually nice, as you can actually do a huge, like, Rakdos Shrine of Nyx, play another one, Rakdos Shrine of Nyx. So we'll see exactly what we're playing against. I don't think it's going to be green-white aggro at this point if he's playing that and to play tapped, because if green-white aggro doesn't have a turn 2 drop, yeah, they're pretty far behind. So I'm thinking this is going to be Bant control, but this is a nice little setup. We can actually Burning Tree Emissary next turn. The right play here is just to Rakdos Shred Freak and get in there for 2. Yep, I thought this was going to be Bant. This makes sense. So again, he doesn't have any play here, and he can't counterspell anything. So we get a, oh wow. Okay, we're gonna get a godlike hand here, because here comes Burning Tree Emissary. Into Burning Tree Emissary. And unfortunately, we don't have a Black Source here, but we can actually cast like a Chandra here with 6 mana. And we could actually just minus her and try to hit something, but I'm definitely just going to plus her here, and that's going to force off a Detention Sphere. I hope I don't get Supreme Verdict, but we're in great shape even if we get Supreme Verdict next turn, because that will allow Chandra to tick up again, and I could actually go for the Chandra kill. Yeah, Celestial Flare's fine. Gets a card out of his hand, and then his Supreme Verdict, if he has a Supreme Verdict this turn, gets a lot less threatening. So Sphinx's Revelation, and I might just empty his hand here. Can I empty his hand is the thing. With, I need to draw into, I believe, another land. A black land. No, I could do it with Rakdos Shrine of Nyx. Or we can just do that. I think that's much better. So we can go add some red. And or do we want to? I could get his entire hand out. Jeez. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're in a Stormbreath Dragon here. And that takes 5. Okay, I was going to say I'm going to play another Shrine, but we're not going to play another Shrine. Stormbreath Dragon's fine. I think that's a good use. And I'm actually going to just do boom, boom, 1 damage, 1 damage, and this allows us to get in there for an extra bit of damage and take him down to a 9. And this is going to force him to put that Supreme Verdict out. Elspeth on top. And Chandra's at a 6, and he can't Detention Sphere here. Nothing. So we're just definitely going to attack in for lethal here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that would not be lethal. I'm going to force him to react here. Because he's got to react to my monstrosity? Cyclonic Rift. Now does he die here if I monstrosity? Takes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is fine. I'm definitely going to lose some Devotion. So he's taking 4, and he'd take an extra 3 if I were to utilize that. But he goes down to a 5. See if he's got another Celestial Flare in his hand. If he does, he's got the perfect godly hand, and there's nothing I can do about that. No, so no counterspell. I don't think I'm in any. So we're just going to tap this for a mana, and tap this for a mana, and then we can throw out the Rakdos and keep this one. And then we can actually add red, and then Rakdos return for 5, and that gets the Sphinx's Revelation out of his hand. That's lethal. So pretty much God draw. This is how this deck is supposed to work. And no new cards here. Unless he's got that, what, gain 7 life card? No. All right, so perfect little draw there. Alrighty. So against control, what I'm going to bring in is I'm going to bring in everything that... The Boros Reckoners and the Frostburn Weirds are terrible, so I'm going to take them out. The Cerberuses are actually really good, and the Rakdos' returns are actually really good, and the Spike Jesters are good, and the Dreadbores are good. The cards that I will take out, Mizzy Mortars does hit his Centaur, but I really don't think I need to worry about the Mizzy Mortars. Rakdos' Lord of Riots is an interesting card. This is a card that I'm testing to see if it works in here, but I'm not sure it's going to be able to be decent in this particular matchup. So I'm going to take it out, and 2 more cards I need to take out are going to be... Jeez, everything's so good in this match. I definitely want all the Rakdos' returns, and you know what? I don't know if I care about Dreadbores. I'm not even going to interact with him. I'm going to try to interact with... Yeah, we'll keep in 1 Dreadbore. There's one right here. And we'll keep the 1 in and see how well that works out. And poor Sheridan, I think this is the third time I've played him today with these kind of outlandish decks. So I'm sure he's not appreciating my rogue decks today. This is a very keepable hand. We need a Shrine, big time. But again, we have the Rakdos Shred Freak. The best card we could actually draw into besides a Shrine is a Spike Jester. Does so much work in this matchup. But we have lots of threats late game versus him. But this is another deck I am considering taking to the PTQ. It's very powerful right now against the format. Blind Obedience is a great card versus me, as it's going to save me a lot of damage. So again, I believe I will just Shred Freak here, which does shut down my haste. But he does not have a green source at the moment. Hopefully he's got a handful of Prophets that he cannot cast. He might have just taken Prophets out as well. And I'm not liking the Rakdos Guildgate here. See if this gets Azorius Charmed. It does not. And I think the right move is just to play the Burning Emissary into nothing. That way he's got to be proactive here and use either a Detention Sphere or a Supreme Verdict, which he doesn't have the Supreme Verdict. This is the problem with Bant. There's so many comes into play tap lands. But again, the Detention Sphere is okay. But if he has to waste it, yeah, if he's got to waste it on a Burning Emissary or Rakdos Shred Freak, he's in trouble. Like, that's not a good use of the card. I need to draw into 1 more land, though. I definitely do need to hit that. What? He decided not to use it? What happened there? You may. So he messed up the trigger. Okay. Okay, that's misplay on his part. And either way, though, yeah, it's going to mess up my devotion. So Spike Jester becomes a lot weaker here because of that Blind Obedience. But we will Spike Jester here. And again, I might be just running it right into a Supreme Verdict. But once I do draw that land, then Mogus comes out and he's used the D-Sphere. Centaur Healer, and he's going to Blind Obedience. Interesting deck. So maybe I do want the Mizium. But one land here allows me to put out a Chandra, but I missed that opportunity. He's going to be taking 3 here, going to 15. He's not in any land. Problems with Hammer's going to be really good versus him. Adds Devotion. Again, we just need that Shrine now, and we're good to go. And he doesn't get crazy advantage out of the Centaur or out of the Supreme Verdict if he has to kill a Centaur healer. Elspeth would be very hard for me to come back from here. Detention Sphere. And this time he's going to hit Spike Jester? Oh, Hammer. Okay. That's fine. That's actually the preferred card that I'd like him to take. Let's hit our land. We did hit our land, so first I'm going to attack in. Oh, I should have played Chandra there. That was silly of me. But I'm going to play Mogus instead, because Mogus will be active. Okay, Mogus won't be active now. But I kind of want a Rakdos return for 1, but I think Mogus is just more powerful here. So let's see how well Mogus does. This should put him on a bit of a clock. He chooses to take to 2 damage. Howled Fountain. Poor guy's getting mana flooded like crazy. But it looks like a bigger drop. Yeah, it's going to be a Jace, and he's going to do some damage with Jace. But I think I'm just going to kill Jace. Let him take the Elspeth, and then I'm just going to get out of his hand with Rakdos' return. So, or do I just go for it with like a Storm Breath, activate, takes a bunch of damage, and we'll just get it out of his hand. Didn't need to shock myself there, but we'll kill off Jace here and get his Elspeth out. And he really needs to top deck into a Sphinx's Revelation, or he's pretty much done. Temple of Plenty. Yeah, that's going to be very bad for him. Especially now that Chandra can come play and get Mogus out. And swing in for the win. There we go. That was a perfect showing of the deck. Again, it's very powerful. I think that Mogus actually fits very well in this deck. I might chuck some more in it. It's been Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.